Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do reaction, and we are getting back into our reactions to Gaya Pelikula. I've had so many just amazing comments over the last few days on the first 3 episodes that I reacted to, and it made me really glad that I decided to pause my reactions where I did in that last recording session, because I would have binged through the whole damn thing very easily. But something told me that I just needed to pause and end it there because I wanted to get your guys' feedback, and you guys did not disappoint. So there's a lot of things you guys let me know about how, first, I made a comment about the intro credits, how I was kind of sad that, not sad, but I wasn't a super fan at first of like how they were putting them together so much in the intro credits, because it was kind of giving me like a preview of what to expect. But then you guys let me know that it wasn't so much a preview of their relationship as it was just more they were putting them in, they were recreating like famous Filipino film scenes with the two of them, which makes a lot more sense because I mean it's the titles like in the movies or like the movie, so that makes a lot of sense. And then you guys let me know that there's a lot of references in some of the scenes to iconic Filipino films and whatnot, which I obviously wouldn't know. I obviously am not familiar with them, but if there are any in particular in the episodes that come up, let me know down in the comment. Let me know like what the scene is or what movie it's from and whatnot, so I can, I don't know that I'll necessarily watch the entire movie and whatnot. Well, I might. Who knows? Who knows? I might surprise you. I probably won't do a reaction to it, but I might, you know, watch something on my own time. I do things outside of recording stuff for you guys, but yeah, just so I can have some frame of reference for what it is they're actually referring to, because like I know like in American movies and whatnot, whenever they make like a pop culture reference or something, yeah, okay, understanding the reference makes it that much more enjoyable. So yeah, and then another thing you guys pointed out to me, which I kind of started to notice in the end of episode 3, was like the ending credits. Noticing like the position of Vlad and Carl in relation to one another, kind of being representative of their relationship. I kind of commented on that a little bit. But you guys also told me to keep an eye out for the remote control and also the stuffed orca. So I'm gonna do that as well as the ending quotes. I read them like while watching the episode, but I didn't process anything with them, so I went back and watched the episodes, read them again, and was like, okay, trying to associate them with the journey that's happening there. So I'm going to try and take that into account moving forward. All right, but enough babbling. So we're getting into episode 4 because we left off on episode 3 last time. So we're just going to dive on in.
Teka nga, usapan di ba hati-hati tayo sa gawa ba?
My God, Mom, can you stop nagging me, please?
Nani mo kaya sa'yo, ewan pa kaya?
But don't worry, that's your business. Hindi ko naman sasabihin kay Judith. Anyway, I'm Anna.
Can you tell him to come home soon?
Hindi nating lugar na diktahan kung anong kaya dapat tisin ni Vlad. Hindi ako sanay na may kasama sa bahay. Pero gusto ko masanay na may kaibigan.
No, he's just a friend. A new one.
Not if I have anything to say about it. Is it the holidays? Oh, you know how holidays bring people together now. Well, someone clearly has an eye for decorating for the holidays. I think this might be where Carl and I differ a little bit.
Ano yan?
Christmas socks?
Yeah, I know there sucks, but why?
Di pa ba obvious? Ilang araw na kaya Pasko na. Late na nga to eh. Salamat ka, may trinket ka dito sa unit eh.
I don't need it.
Okay, Jenny to. Grinch ka?
Ano bang part ng di ako fan ng Pasko? Hindi mo gets.
Grabe to kay Baby Jesus.
It's a pagan turned capitalist holiday, Arky. You don't bring Jesus into this history for good to be a Catholic. Wala.
Labo nito. Oh, may pinadeliver sa'yo yung regalo kanina. Diyan o.
To? Anyway, lalabas muna ako
But you just got in.
Okay. Ingat.
Give him a compliment.
Arky. It means that much to you. Hayaan mo na lang yung mga socks dyan.
I mean, he does live there, so.
Bye.
So what bops are they gonna have on this episode? Because like I feel like every episode I've commented on how amazing the soundtrack is. So can't wait to see what they got in store for me this time.
Susan!
Vladimir!
Oy, thank you sa gift ah. Miss you.
Of course you do.
How's Thailand?
Pretty boring without you, if I'm being honest. But, syempre, hindi kasing boring nang nangyayari sa'yo. Spill! What's the situation with your live-in partner?
Alam mo, wala talagang nakakalusot sa'yo, no?
Never. Ever. Spill.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I followed your advice. Nagugas na ako ng pinggan. Pero ito I mean, he's neat and all, pero ayaw na ayaw talaga niya maghugas ng pinggan. Well, we watch movies every night, my end of the deal. Nakakatawa lang kasi he's so enthusiastic about it. He's like a very newbie film buff.
She sees it.
I know. What?
Wala. Law of proximity. Tried and tested yan. Kaya nga, di ba, every season ng Big Brother, may nagkakajowa.
Ew. Excuse me. Hindi ako nagkakagusto sa straight. Alam mo yan.
Ayun lang. Well, who knows? I mean, wouldn't be the first time na may nahamig ka sa hanay niyo.
Ewan ko sa'yo.
Trust me, he's already questioning if he's...
I refuse to be a plot device that triggers somebody else's identity crisis.
If he doesn't already know the answer, he's questioning. But I'm pretty sure he knows
Only
the
to be left
answer.
alone in the end, you know? Not again.
Okay. Sali kaya natin siya sa ASF next sem.
We're too demanding for an art student.
KJ.
Sandali lang.
Come in, I guess. Okay. Calm down, maybe.
Sino po yan?
Pa-wifi, please. What? Ano to? Bawal magkaroon ng buhay sa labas ng trabaho? Malaki ba pinapasahod niyo sa akin? No, bitch! Ikaw ang makinig, ha? Ina-upload ko na. Tinapos ko yan kahit puro kayo pa-revise. Thank you, sweetie. Tangi, hindi ikaw, hindi ka sweet. Yung mga malalago niyong request ang nagpadali ng lahat ng ito. Ano procrastinating? Ha? Parte yan ng proseso ko. Naintindihan mo? Madaling-madali kayo sa mga artist? E punyeta, premyo ko lang sa poster making contest nung elementary ako yung TF na binibigay mo sa akin?
Siya?
Mamaya, kapag wala pa sa bangko ko yung pera ko at hindi nyo pa bank transfer yan, i-expose ko kayong lahat sa Twitter. Narinig mo? Ang pangit kaya ng magazine nyo.
Child, let him know. You get yours.
That's my client. Pasensya ka na ha. Hindi kasi yata nabayaran ni Vlad yung internet bago siya lumipat.
Sige, sorry. Sasabihan ko na lang.
Ay, hindi na kailangan, no need. Anyway, may naisip ako. I wanna watch a movie. Can we watch a movie?
Ay,
Ay, nako, may naisip akong papanoorin natin. Alam mo, dito ka na. Hindi ka na rito. Umupo ka na rito. Dalian mo. Asan ba? Asan ang remote? Wala bang remote? Alika na rito. Tumayo ka na dyan. Dali.
So what are you planning on doing for Christmas? I mean, your birthday. Your birthday.
Same as always. Watch a movie while drinking, and then I'm gonna sleep.
Are you sure?
Oo nga. Why? Ano na naman?
Look, Vladimir, I love you. You're like my favorite person. Pero ang arte mo. We talk a lot about getting away and, you know, bring a clean slate, but you hold on to these stupid personal traditions. Even now, when you're in a space with someone who has nothing to do with everything you want to free yourself from. So, I don't know. It really is your call if you want to spend the eve of your birthday lamenting the fact that you share it with God, literally, while eating chips, drinking gin, and sad dancing to the 1975 war song. Like boy Sundance entry, crying like the soft boy you are. Or maybe you could make the effort to be happy on your and the Lord Jesus' day.
I like her.
With the guy in your apartment. Unless you wanna spend tomorrow night with me and my homophobic Chinoy family. Thanks, Krabu. He's really the only one you have.
I really like her. And I like her.
Diba?
Yan pa din talaga. Lalo nung sinabi niya yung gangster. Nararamdaman ko yun! Ang sakit!
I'm assuming this is one of those references to Filipino films that you guys told me about.
Ang pangit ko kasi ako kasi.
No idea what we're talking about, but I can appreciate the humor.
Hey, Arky. I thought about it, and maybe we should do a proper Noche Buena tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning.
Teka, ano? Ano yun?
Tayo, Noche Buena, together. I mean, we can watch a movie after. It'll be fun.
Ay, sorry. Uwi ako kina mama bukas eh. Sabay kami ni Ana.
Huh? Ana?
Hello! Ako si Ana. Painom ng tubig, pwede naman.
Sige.
But invite him along. Bring him with you.
Nakakatawa naman kasi masyado namang heartbreaking. Naalala ko na naman sa naiyak ko naman ako. Gangster. Sabi niya, gangster. Okay na ako. Okay na ako. Wala natin yung tissue. Ang dapat pinipicturean to eh. Yung gangster. Ano ba? Ako lang to. I know I'm
Lord
pretty,
Jesus.
right?
Kakainom mo niya, no?
Yes. Ay, wait lang. Alam mo yung team song test?
Hindi.
Ha? Hindi mo alam yun?
Hindi nga. So ano nga ba
Shit, ang boring ng buhay mo. Okay. So basically, ganito ang sinasabi ng team song test. Kapag ikaw daw ay nakikinig sa music, tapos pinikit mo ang mga mata mo, and then may nakita kang muka, ibig sabihin, gusto mo daw makasama yung taong yun.
Wala naman akong gusto eh.
Eh, hindi, try natin. Ito. Try natin, dali, Papa. Para
I-fruits ko
makita
yan,
natin kung meron ka. Oo nga, ito nga, itry mo. Suot mo na, dali. Ako pili ng kata for you.
Sino ba yun sa'yo?
Basta, basta ito yung sa'yo. Dali, try natin. Ito, ako pipili ng
Ito
kata.
na, play.
Wait lang, hanap. Bakit ng maganda? Ito.
Carl,
Oh,
ano tong mga hugasin?
mags lang naman eh. Ako na dyan mamaya.
May kutsarita rin, no? Tignan mo.
Mamaya.
Isa.
Pagpasensyahan mo na. Kasi ko rin araw kasi. Di ba?
Dalawa.
Ciao.
Basta,
Wala akong wifi pa.
Ako bahala sa'yo. Pre, uwi muna ako, pre, ah.
Bye-bye.
Text na lang kita.
Ciao.
Ba't ka ba sigaw na sigaw?
Ikaw lang ba may karapatang magalit pag may naiiwang hugasin?
Fact.
Gets ko na. Hindi mo na kailangan umarte ng ganyan. Alam niyan mong di talaga totoo tayo eh.
What? How?
Dahil daw Scorpio siya. Pero okay siya, promise. Kaya kapag nandyan siya, i-drop mo na yung jealous boyfriend.
Who says I'm acting? Angry. Who says I'm acting angry? Alam mo, kapag ako hindi nakapaghugas ng pinggan, kulang na lang palayasin mo na ako. Pero kapag ikaw, hugasan mo na nga yan. Nauna, tingnan mo. Hugas!
Parang bata, alam mo yun?
I mean, he has a point, though.
Hugat mo!
Yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to just, like, make out or do something. Just work out the tension, but okay. Now, so I'm gonna I'm gonna need you to let him get off the couch. Because he's a very long man and you're cramping him into his tiny little space. It's not good for his posture. It's not good for his alignment.
Uy, Arky. Arky.
Aw, don't tell me he left. I mean, of course he did, because he doesn't know, but still. Oh, my baby. I just want to hug him. My baby. I'm sorry. Well, just respond.
Arky!
Ayos ka nga! Hindi ako maglilinis yan. Balak sa buwan ko. Kala mo pinapit ko yan?
So you find me cute?
Ipapasundo ko sa kaya Judith eh.
Ikaw na lang sumundo sa akin.
Ay po. Balak sa buwan mo.
It could have been a very nice family dinner at home. Oh, baby, no. As I was saying, his family already met you, or already met him on the phone, so they know he exists, and you already brought your other neighbor, so why not? Like, it could have been a nice family.
Mom. I'm okay. I'm spending the night with my friends. Yeah, sure. Sorry po. Miss you too. Hey, Sue.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Nako, lasing ka na naman.
Oh, don't say I didn't tell you.
You know what would make you feel better? Yung mga gifts ko. Buksan mo na ba?
Oh shit, right, yeah. Finance.
I hope you like the clapper and the jockstrap, if you know what I mean.
You don't look like a jockstrap to me.
My God, I am so sorry. Ang hirap pagkatiwalaan ng careers ngayon. This is why people get trust issues.
No, it's okay, Sue. Thank you.
Sige, bye.
Okay, so we got another fire song. Baby. Carl can be temperamental, but he does care. Sometimes it's the little things that show you. Be nice if he could show the big things too, but like... Is this another dream sequence? Yes. I mean, I'll still take it though. I swear to God, if this is another dream sequence, I am flipping this table over. Give me this. Just let me have this moment.
Jokes pala eh.
Arky. I'm sorry.
Layon. Kaya mo na.
No. Saan yung mga Christmas decors?
Ne. Jesus is too forgiving to be a Capricorn.
Eh, sino maghuhugas na to?
Oh. Sige na nga. Birthday mo naman eh. Oh. Wish mo na. Wish.
Look at him. Is he dipping his chips in his soda? Okay. Stop. Stop it. Actually, no, don't stop it. Keep going. That look. Child, that look, that look. Okay, this episode made me so happy. It made me feel a lot of different things and a lot of things that I need to unpack. Where to start? Where to start? I mean, I guess the beginning's a good place to start. So Carl is decorating the place for Christmas because Carl's all about Christmas and decorating, and like that seems to be his thing. He likes the holiday and he wants to decorate and whatever. Cool. He and I differ in that way a little bit. I've had this house for, it'll be 4 years in September, and last year was the first year that I actually got a tree and decorated for Christmas. So, and that was just me working myself up, and it was just a little mini tree, but you know, that's beside the point. So we're different in that aspect. Carl and I aren't always the same. But then, you know, Vlad comes in, and, you know, Vlad seems to have a very visible sort of disdain, chip on his shoulder when it comes to the Christmas decorations, Christmas season, and whatnot. Unbeknownst to Carl and us at the time that, you know, he shares his birthday with allegedly the baby Jesus. That's a whole nother conversation about whether or not that's actually Jesus' birthday. We ain't gonna get into that right now. But Vlad sort of just writes off the whole day and it's like, yeah, that doesn't, you know, it's a consumer or something, I don't remember the exact wording that he used, but Carl remembered the exact wording that he used at the end. I do remember that Jesus is too forgiving to be a Capricorn, so I'm gonna keep that in the back of my mind. I'm gonna use that at some point. So yeah, then Carl goes out, you know, or not Carl, Vlad goes out and he's at the pool just relaxing, and he's talking to his friend Sue, who I absolutely adore. She is a wealth of knowledge. She is a good friend, good supportive friend who's just looking out for her friend. She wants Vlad to be happy because, you know, there are a lot of people who, yeah, birthdays aren't really a huge deal to them. Like, for me, my birthday's never been a big deal to me. I don't have any sort of, you know, underlying issue about it. Like, it's, you know, it's really just another day. I've gone to work so many times on birthday. It's just another day. But there are some people who, you know, they'll say that, you know, it's not really a big deal to them, but secretly they want someone to make it a big deal for them. They want someone to care enough to put forth some sort of effort. They want that attention, but they're not going to admit it. They're too cool for school, and they're not going to admit it. So Vlad kind of is in that sort of situation where he doesn't want to admit that, yeah, he would like to do something for his birthday. He would like to, you know, do something different besides just drinking himself to sleep. You know, he wants just something special, something just for him. So Sue finally convinces him, like, hey, you know, you got a person there. And she can see that Vlad has some sort of something brewing for Carl. Not sure to what level or what degree those feelings might be, but she can see that there's something there brewing under the surface, and she's like, you know what? Just embrace it. Go. Go, go, go. Which I think goes hand in hand with what the quote at the end said. If solitude teaches you something, embrace it. Like, the things that we learn about ourselves when we're alone can be really defining can really help to define us, our personalities, our characteristics and whatnot, and good, bad, or whatever. You know, time alone is, you know, a good learning experience, and you should embrace the things that you learn. But she's like, you know what? Just embrace it. Go embrace it. Go embrace it. So Vlad took her advice, and he was like trying to get something set up with Carl, but Carl at that point had already met up with Anna, who forced her way in to the house, which I love her, keeping her clients on point. Like, listen, bitch, your website shit, I'm gonna blast you all over Twitter. Give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. So she's like, you wanna watch a movie? Yeah, let's watch a movie. Okay, you're working on some great. Let's watch a movie. Come over here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So then they watch the movie. They're having a big old cry fest, and you know, it's hilarious, fun times. But I guess at some point during that Cry Fest, he invited her to go to Christmas dinner or something over at his parents' house. So, like, plans were already made. And I touched on it in the middle of the episode. Like, plans are already made. Like, you're already bringing this one neighbor, and your parents have already virtually met this other alleged neighbor you've got here. So you could have just brought both neighbors and it could have just been a neighbor fest at your house like that. I don't think that would have been too much of an issue. All you had to do was just extend that invitation. Now, would Vlad have taken that invitation? Man, there's part of him that probably would have resisted because, you know, Vlad being Vlad and, you know, too cool for school. But since he was already in that place where he was being vulnerable and making the effort to try and set something up with Carl, he probably would have gone along with it. But that's not how things went, unfortunately. Anna and Carl started talking some more and having this good time, and talking went on for hours and hours. Day turned into night, and Vlad's still just sitting in the background just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Can you guys just hurry up this conversation? Lord Jesus, I get that you enjoy each other, but oh my god. And then I think the whole dish, spoon thing, whatever, that was just a way to, like, yeah, he was kind of having a little temper tantrum, but also I think that was just a way to focus the attention back on him, because right now all of Carl's attention is on Anna, and he wants some of the attention. He wants that's why children throw temper tantrums. They want the attention. They want mommy and daddy or whoever focus on them, give them what they want. So he wants the attention. He threw a little tiny bit of a temper tantrum. But in what he was saying in his temper tantrum were true. It was true. Because when he didn't wash dishes, granted, it was a little bit more than just a mug and a spoon. You know, there were a lot more dishes to be washed when it was Vlad's turn that in the earlier episodes. But when Vlad didn't wash the dishes, all of a sudden, you know, we're ready to kick his ass out. And, you know, Vlad was using the same lines. It's just a mug, or it's just a bowl or something. Oh, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it. Almost the exact same word for word what Carl was saying in response when Vlad's like, hey, wash this dish, wash this dish. But finally Anna took the hint. She's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna peace out, go over here. And then they had their little spat, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, where I'm like, y'all just need to kiss or something else just to break this tension, because y'all are killing me right now. Y'all are killing me. So Carl ended up sneaking out. Well, not sneaking out, he just ended up leaving while Vlad was asleep. Went to do his Christmas stuff with his family, and Vlad was all alone. You know, celebrate his birthday. Sad face. That whole series of scenes just made me sad, because Vlad, he woke up and this first thing, you know, he's going upstairs like, Arky, we're, you know, he's ready to, you know, just, he moved past the argument that they had. The argument that they had in his head wasn't anything in his head. He moved past it. Although I will touch on the fact that Carl told him, like, you know, Anna knows about us, so you don't have to act like a jealous boyfriend or whatever. And he's like, who said I'm acting? I'm like, well, I'm glad something comes up to the surface for you, because you know, that's the issue in a lot of these shows, which, I mean, it's life. You know, the main characters, they don't want to embrace the feelings that they have. So all the feelings that they have are subconscious, and they don't want to let them come to the surface. And the whole journey is them getting to the point where they can bring those feelings to the surface and finally admit how they're actually feeling. So I'm glad, like, that little bit made its way to the surface. But yeah, Vlad had moved past the fight at that point and thought, you know, it's just another one of our arguments. Cool, I'm gonna get up, we're gonna, you know, have breakfast or whatever and just hang out, and it'll be a good day. He doesn't know it's my birthday, but we're gonna have a good day, and that's what it's gonna be. And then you could just see how just visibly saddened he was when Carl wasn't there. Carl wasn't there, and he was alone. He was alone again, and while Vlad seems to have a lot of, like, acquaintances, friendships, you know, friend groups and whatnot, you can tell that he still feels very much alone at times. I mean, mainly because, I mean, his really good friend Sue is just not there. She's over in Thailand. But, you know, when he was trying to, in the first episode, or second episode, when Carl kicked him out and he's trying to find somewhere to stay, like, he's calling this person, calling that person, blah, 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 and there's nobody he can stay with. He doesn't have a single friend that he can stay with, and he's on the verge of just going back to his ex and staying with his ex. And it just speaks a lot about, you know, the level of friendships that we have, because I feel like just in general, people throw around the word friend too damn much. They throw it around too willy-nilly and whatnot. I've always been very careful about that. I'll throw around the word acquaintance. I've got an abundance of acquaintances. I've got acquaintances all over the damn world, yes. But when I throw out the word friend, like for me, that's a level that you earn. You don't just, we don't just meet and you're my friend. Like, no, that's a relationship that we work towards, and you've earned that level, okay? And then there's tiers to friendship. But we're not getting into that. But yeah, so like he's got all these people that he calls friend, but when push comes to shove and, you know, it's his birthday, he's just got himself. And his friend Sue. Sue is a friend. Sue is a bomb-ass friend, and I wish she were in town with them because I would love to see those just general interactions. But she's doing her job from afar because she's a good friend. She's a good friend. So, you know, all he had was Sue, and I guess his mom called at some point. And yeah, he's just very, very, very lonely, and he just wanted the company, but he's not the type to be vulnerable enough to admit that he wants the company or that he needs help or anything like that. So yeah, that whole series of things was just sad. It's sad watching him just kind of break down. But I did notice, like, backtracking to when Anna and Carl were playing, or getting ready to play the theme song game, or whatever it was. We close your eyes, you can play whatever music, and whoever you think of as whoever you like. If you fast forward to when he was drunk dancing, that's when he started seeing Carl. That's when he started hugging up on Carl. So how accurate is this theme song game? I don't know. But in the world of Gaya, Pelikula, where they introduced that, and they introduced it this episode for a reason, I feel, to illustrate the fact that when Vlad's eyes are closed and he's dancing to it by himself, he's seeing Carl. And I can't remember if in the earlier episodes when Carl was dancing, listening to Vlad's music, if Carl was also seeing Vlad at that point. I know Carl's seen Vlad a lot, just in his dreams, and, you know, I know he's seen him a lot, but I don't know if he saw him when he was dancing by himself. But yeah, that's just a little tidbit, that nice little directorial tidbit that they included there. I like. And I was really upset about this whole jockstrap thing that I didn't get to see, because I'm like, y'all can't be teasing me, telling me that Vlad, Mr. Deliciousness, is getting a jockstrap for Christmas, and y'all ain't gonna show it to me. That's just rude. It's rude and disrespectful. But when Carl came home that night, like, I saw they were approaching each other and just getting ready to go in for, I thought it was going to be a kiss, but then they were just going in for the hug, and I'm like, oh, that's even more sweet, more sentimental. But I knew it was a dream sequence because it just happened so much in this damn show, and I'm like, damn it, why are y'all playing with my emotions? Because that showed me even more so that, like, it wasn't anything physical or sexual that Vlad was trying to get out of Carl. Vlad went in for a hug. He wanted comfort. He wanted to embrace. He just wanted to be near to Carl. It wasn't about the physical. He just wanted to have his presence there. And that just spoke volumes. I'm like, oh, God. But then when he woke up the next morning and all the Christmas decorations were gone and all the birthday decorations were up, I was like, you know, I swear to God, if this is another dream sequence, I'm done. I'm done reacting to this because y'all can't keep playing with me like this. But thankfully it wasn't. And it was just the sweetest little thing. And like I mentioned in the episode, like when they were doing the fake out Carl thing, when Vlad was opening the gifts, like, Carl cares. Carl so much cares. And sometimes, yes, he's emotional and temperamental, and he's me. And, you know, we fly off the handle, and, you know, we're unpleasant to be around sometimes, but at the end of the day, we care, And sometimes we don't know how to show it in a grand scale or in like the obvious, you know, notions, but it's if you pay attention to those little things. So like, you know, he got him a picture frame. It's like, you can put this anywhere, kind of throwing back to the earlier episodes when Vlad was complaining about not being able to decorate his space or not being able to put anything anywhere, and how Carl kept moving his stuff all around. And then he got him, you know, some house shoes. I guess in the first or second episode he was complaining about him wearing shoes inside the house. I mean, I guess that's really more of a treat for Carl than it is for Vlad, but still, you know, it's just little minute things that, like, yes, I care. It's like when you're texting someone, like, hey, text me when you get home. You know, just small little things like that that show that you care. It's not always about a big grand gesture of, I love you, I love you. It's sometimes the little things. So Carl, he cares. You can see he cares just by the little things, and obviously about what's going on in his mind. And then setting up this whole thing, setting up the whole birthday surprise, which was the sweetest thing in the world. And he made him a stack of pancakes because they're pancakes. So many little things. I loved it. That whole moment there. The last like 5 minutes were just everything that I needed. Like, talk about giving me all my Game Boys feels. God, that last 5 minutes was everything I needed. It was so good. So good. So emotional. Like, it was just such an emotional payoff, and just like, and you could just see in Vlad's eyes, like, he's finally come to that conclusion, like, yeah, there's something about this guy. There's something here. Something that I'm digging. And I get where his reservations are coming from, because I touched on this when I was reacting to either the first or second episode of Pearl Next Door, because similar things with Carlene, where she didn't want to date bi or straight girls because she didn't want to be someone's experiment or springboard into, you know, heterosexuality or homosexuality or bisexuality or whatever the case may be. She was protecting her heart at that point. And Vlad, similar kind of thing. He's had these past experiences where, you know, people might have experimented with him and then, you know, gone on their merry way, and he's like, you know, I don't want to go through that again. I don't, you know, I'm protecting myself, because he's still under the guise that Carl is straight, which, if he could only see Carl's dreams, child. And again, like, I don't know if Carl is completely out to the world or himself. I mean, from the conversation that he and Vlad were having at dinner a couple episodes back, he seemed like he was still very much hiding it, but I don't know to what degree. I don't know if, like, if his parents know. I feel like his uncle knows to a certain degree, but yeah, don't know. But then the credit scene, the ending credit scene, again, like what I was saying at the end of episode 3, they're getting closer and closer together, and those, where they are in relation to each other for those ending credit scenes, seems to represent their relationship. But then, since you guys told me to pay attention to the remote and the orca, before I watched this, I went back and just tried to gauge where those things were. And for the first 3 episodes, they were in the same place. The orca was just on the couch next to Carl, and the remote was wherever within grabbing reach of Carl. But in this episode, they were sitting together on the floor, so they've moved side by side. They still haven't made their way up to the couch yet, but that's okay. But they're side by side, and they're enjoying each other's company. And what I did notice, which I don't know if this was the director or the writer's intent, but back from the first episode when Vlad started off in the kitchen, you know, distanced away from Carl, the orca was on the couch. So as the episodes go on, and as Vlad and Carl are getting closer and closer together, you guys told me that the orca is supposed to represent Carl's heart, or Vlad's heart. Vlad's getting closer and closer to his heart. He's getting closer and closer to embracing his heart, his emotions. And in this episode, at the end of this episode, he was fully embracing that. Like, he's come to feel whatever he's starting to feel for Carl, and here, that ending scene started with him holding the orca, or holding his heart. And then, at one point when he tried to, you know, ask Carl if he could have the remote, Carl was like, no, fam, you know, it's my remote, go away. Vlad started, you know, just offering him the orca, like, hey, here you go, you want some of this? And Carl's like, you know, still resisting, nah, I'm good, get that thing away from me. So then, you know, he took it back. He took it back, and then he took the blanket, he put it over, and he protected his orca, he protected his heart. He's just got it there. So it's again, it's nice, subtle little detailing that you guys told me from the beginning that, you know, you just gotta watch it and just carefully look out for things. So it's those nice, subtle little details that if you're looking for them, they're there, and they just add this other level of wow to the experience, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but I feel like I've babbled for this reaction. I've babbled long enough because, oh god, I've been recording for like an hour and the episode was only like 20-something minutes, 30 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna stop babbling. I think I'm gonna watch, I'm gonna watch one more episode, and then, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Again, the soundtrack was fire. I've said it like 30,000 times. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Again, let me know if there were any references to particular Filipino films or scenes. Let me know what they were, where they came from. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Guys, go a shout out to my amazing patrons. I can't begin to express how thankful I am for your support. And if you guys would like to join us over on Patreon, the link is down in the description. I love you guys.